Go ahead.
I am dying to speak right now, but just give me a second, okay?
Speak your words.
So
before you do, because I was going to address the other thing, or no, we can do that after. Women that make money.
Okay.
Never mind. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Sure. So I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible, but we live in a patriarchal society, right?
Okay.
So no matter what circumstances a man deals with, you have an entire system backing you up.
Right.
So okay, you call a man a bum. It's specific to that one man. There's not as many implications behind it. You call a bigger woman a whale, you have an entire system of fat phobia in the patriarchal society, in a patriarchal society backing that up. Now they're making fun of her size. Now they don't have clothes in her size. Now we're looking like, you see what I'm saying, right? Mm-hmm. Like, no matter what the specific instance is, we live in a patriarchal society. So at the end of the day, my empty cup. At the end of the day, you have an entire system that revolves around the way that you treat women, the way that you interact with women, the way that you perceive things. You, like, as a man, let's say we have the same exact education level, same degree, whatever. You are going to get paid more than I am. That's a statistic. A white man makes $1 for every 68 cents a black woman makes, right? No, I'm serious, right?
Go ahead, please continue.
You're going to make more money than me because you have that male privilege that I don't, right? In theory, not saying it's every single instance, but I'm saying you have an entire system backing you up. So yeah, if I see a man make less money than me, I'm looking at him like, okay, you had the upper hand and you still came up short.
Exactly.
When I make less money than you, that's because I'm a black woman in a patriarchal white privileged society that doesn't work in my favor. So now I'm working twice as hard just to be your equal.
Right.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
Okay.
So when a man is mediocre, that's because you had the upper hand. Y'all created the patriarchy. I didn't create it. My mama didn't create it. Y'all created it.
Right.
You created the patriarchy and you still couldn't get it done.
Right.
You put the patriarchy on me and I still bossed up on you. That's why there's a difference.
It's called Queen.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Good point. Very good points there.
Yeah. Good points.
No response.
Number one.
No response.
Oh, no.
It's coming. It's coming.
You ready for it?
It's coming right now.
I see. It's the notepad for me. It's a fucking notepad for me.
I'm taking notes.
We be talking to here and he'd be like, oh.
No.
So, here's the thing. This is very funny because when we call men no one bad tonight, but as soon as I say whale, right, there was a big issue with that. And then we brought up fat phobia, right?
Right.
Hey, do you guys know any dudes running around saying women are tired of broke guys? You have broke phobia. No, you don't, right?
Well, because here's classism. The thing. It's called classism. That's an actual definition.
But no one runs around and like I don't see a bunch of guys running around complaining, man. There's broke phobia, classism going around. These women will not suck my dick because I make minimum wage.
They do it on your podcast.
Can I please finish?
Sorry.
So the reality is this.
Thank you.
Men cannot have standards. And if men do have standards and or criticize women, it's always met with contempt. But criticism of men is completely socially acceptable. Here's my thing. If you're a broke man, it's your fucking fault because you live in a first world country, United States, one of the best places you could be, and you have the opportunity to make money. If you're in the United States and you're fat, man or woman, you're in control of every single morsel of food that goes into your mouth.
Correct.
So if you're fat, it's your fucking problem. No excuse. So this fat phobia, no. We only use that stupid term to make women feel better for the fact that they are whales. Unacceptable whether you're a man or a woman. That's number one, right? Because we don't run around and say, broke phobia, but we have fat phobia. No, you shouldn't be fat, period. Whether man or woman, regardless. Second thing you mentioned, wage gap.
You triggered my trap card!
The wage gap has been debunked a million times. And as someone that is an economist major, I would think that you would know this. The wage gap, the reason why women make less, so let's talk about the wage gap. It basically asserts, right, that men make $1 for every 80 cents that women make, right?
No, that's not the statistic.
That's where the wage gap comes
it's
from.
It's $1 to 78 cents to 75 cents to 68 cents.
Same thing.
There's a difference.
We're about 78 cents, 80 cents, same thing. But that's where the premise comes. But that comes from all full-time working women and all full-time working men. But that's a terrible thing to use because men and women are very different. The reason why women make less money than men is not because of gender, it's because of choice. Here's the reality. Men on average work more hours. They work more dangerous jobs that pay more. They go into STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Women go into jobs that pay less, social work, nursing, teaching, etc. Okay, and also women take more vacation, paternity leave, etc. Women don't argue for higher wages like men do. They're more agreeable, and that's just the reality. Women make less because of choice, not because of gender. Number one, it's illegal to pay a woman less because of the Labor Act in the 70s. And then number two, let's just use common sense here. You're an economist. If I could really get away with paying women 80 cents on the dollar, I would never hire a fucking man. I would hire only women.
Never.
I will make significantly more money, more profit, and I could pay them less. But you can't do that. The thing is this. That statistic, the wage gap, where it's derived from, it does not account for degrees held, experience, type of job work, whatever. I don't see all the women fighting to do offshore drilling, to do any type of manual labor. Women go for jobs that are comfortable and safe in an office, that are air conditioned, that tend to make less money and tend to be more socially oriented. And then if you look at Scandinavian countries, shout out to Jordan Peterson, right? We're going to meet him tomorrow.
Shout out to him.
Which is even more egalitarian and more equal than the United States. They found that when you give women more equality, which is the most equal countries in the world, they actually make even less money because of their choices. They want to go into fields that pay less. So, and here's the other thing too. Women go to college more than men now. Colleges are dominated by women. Almost 3/4 of college attendees now are women. And they still choose to go into fields that make less money. And the men still dominate science, technology, engineering, and math, which need a college degree. So the women choose not to go into those fields, and that is why they get paid less. They don't want to go into STEM. And then on top of that, if a woman does want to go into STEM or get into a field that is male dominated, that makes more money, they're going to have an overwhelming advantage because of affirmative action.
Okay.
So the wage gap myth does not exist. It's a fallacy. It's been debunked a million times. Women don't get paid less because they have a vagina. Women get paid less because they choose to do certain things that make less money, and that's a fact.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, I mean, no matter what I say on this microphone, I feel like there's no way I'm going to convince you.
No, I'm listening I'm legitimately listening to everything.
Look, there's a reason why the richest people in the world are all white men. Okay. Time out. I'm not, because I'm going to keep going.
No, keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm listening very closely.
The patriarchy is not black and white. It's not super clear cut. Like, oh, you simply don't make enough money because you have a vagina, you're a woman. It's more complicated than that. Like you said, women go into specific fields because they're not welcomed in those STEM spaces. They're not welcomed in those harder jobs. They're not welcomed in those technical roles. They're not welcomed in the trade fields. I was a math major when I started college. All of my math professors shitted on me real bad. And I was struggling because I was the only person that looked like me in the classroom. I'm the only woman in the classroom. I'm the only black person in the classroom. I'm the only black woman in the classroom. That space was not welcome for me. I switched majors because it better fit my interests, and I was able to find a safe space in economics at my college. But could you imagine the difference in me saying, oh yeah, I have a math degree? People respected me way, and I don't think there's anything wrong with having an economics degree, but everybody was like, oh, you the shit, you're a math major, yada, yada, yada. Math is dominated by men. So it's like a high acknowledgement for a woman to be in that space, but women are not welcome in those spaces. So yes, you're going to say that women go into specific fields that don't pay as much as men. They don't do the dangerous jobs. But I want to ask you when you ever invited a woman to be in that space, because that's the reality of the situation. We're not welcome there.
I disagree.
I disagree too.
And the thing is this, it's not that women aren't welcome there. It's that women don't want to work those jobs. You don't see a line of women fighting to do offshore drilling, to get into law enforcement, to get into construction work, to get into any of these types of jobs. They want to go into other jobs that are, let's be honest, they're not physical labor, which is fine.
We were doing all of that during the world wars while everyone was off in the draft.
And then when the men came back, what happened?
Do it now.
They went back to having a family because
women do these jobs. There's a difference from somebody having an interest in something and somebody having the option to participate in it. A woman could want to pursue a field and have no support, no emotional support, no financial support, no capability of reaching in that realm because they don't have the resources that they need to accomplish that goal. That doesn't mean that they don't want to do it, but it doesn't mean that it's welcoming them either. Okay, so number one, about being welcome, I 100% disagree, because if a woman enters a workforce or a marketplace that heavily has men, they're going to be incentivized to hire that woman. Affirmative action is real, and if you're an African-American woman, you're going to be even more likely to be hired. Let's keep it 1,000. Okay, so that's number one. They're going to always prefer women in male-dominated fields because they want to diversify. Every workplace wants to diversify, especially in 2022. And then you mentioned getting picked on and being in math class. Here's the reality. No. Wait. I don't like the way you said that because I feel like you kind of. No. I'm being respectful, right? So give my credit where it's due. I was the only Black woman in calculus too, with an A in the class, and I had nobody to do work with me. Don't belittle it like, oh, she was getting laughed at in math class because, like I said, I was a math major.
I'm going to continue to laugh because here's the reality: men laugh at each other. You're entering a male workspace, which means guess what? You're going to be treated what you fought for, equality.
It's not easy.
You're going to get roasted just like the men do. Why is it that women think they're going to come into a male-dominated space and get special treatment? Last time I checked, feminism fought for equality, correct?
Correct.
So you're going to get picked on just like the fucking guys in there. They're going to make fun of you. They're going to make jokes. They're not going to compromise their unit or whatever else they got going because a woman's in a place. If you don't want to handle male jokes and how males operate, that's fine. You don't have to be there. But understand, everyone gets roasted. The very thing you fought for, equality, is what you're getting. But now you're mad because you're getting said equality in the face of jokes, ridicule, whatever. Men are 10 times harder on each other than we are on women. You just heard me call fucking Mo a whale. None of y'all said shit when I said that. Or making fun of him for being fat. But
That called me a 3.
yeah.
So there you go.
But that's the thing. Women, the thing is this, man. Y'all want to come into male spaces and change the male space. You can't. It's either adapt and accept or don't come in. But men are not going to necessarily change. This is how it is. Men horse around, men have fun, men make jokes. And to be honest with you, if they're not making jokes with you, that's a bad sign. They don't trust you.
Right.
So do you want equality or do you want special treatment?
Well, if we were being equal here, you would be talking to me the way that I'm talking to you, right? But
I'm direct. This is just how I speak. I speak to men like this. I speak to everyone like this.
I think I was pretty direct and clear in my ways that I was articulating what I had to say, but I never tried to mock you or minimize what you were explaining. But at the same time, you did, like, we're here to share our perspective, and I understand that at the end of the day, it's just a matter of fact, this is what it is. But these conversations hold no value if you're not willing to listen to someone else's perspective and enhance your understanding of a situation.
I was listening extremely close to everything you said, which is why I addressed every single point you made.
And the girls agree too.
I addressed every single point you made. I'm listening extremely closely.
Emotions.
The problem is this. I'm going to be 1,000. You're in your emotions right now. If I say the sky is blue versus the sky is fucking blue, it does not change the fact that the sky is blue.
Correct.
How I deliver the facts is irrelevant if I'm delivering the facts. You just don't like the fact that I'm being direct with you and telling you your arguments are weak because you can't come into a male space and get angry about men treating you like the other men in the same exact environment.
Wait.
And on top of that, you can't say that you're being discriminated against when if you apply for those jobs, you have a far higher likelihood of getting hired for said jobs. Again, women make less money on average, not because of the fact that they're a woman, it's because of their personal choices. And like I said before, the very jobs you mentioned, math, technology, engineering, etc., those all require what? A college degree. And last time I checked, women dominate college, yet they still are a small percentage of STEM. So what does that tell you?